And you see, you hear this shit, man? The Most High took the mark. Now, this could be an agent, Edomite, playing Jake, who's scared and just wants to come put misinformation. But 9 times out of 10, this is Jake. Now, see, this is the type of guy, and hear me out, this is the type of guy, like, back in the day, we would be, MySpace, and you would meet these Israelite women, or you come across these Israelite women even now, and she'll be like, well, I used to learn from this one guy, and he tried to put me in, he had other wives, and I was okay with it. And then she ended up bugging out. But then you start to hear some of the stuff she thought about the scriptures. And you're like, where the hell you learn this bugged out? And it's this nigga. It's this guy. He done met up with her, took her out to eat, and taught her the way. So she's been learning from this nigga for 3 years. Then she bugs out, and then she finds a great millstone, okay, and or you run across her, and then you run into her, and there's so many demons on her. You be like, what the? It's this guy, it's niggas like this that be teaching these women, and you be looking in their eyes, you be like, something ain't right with this sister. She didn't learn from this nigga. You see? All sorts of weirdo doctrines, man. And she just going on along with it because a woman's going to just follow what the man says. So she been listening to all of these bugged out Jakes over these years, meeting them on these, Hebrew Israelite dating sites or MySpace, which I don't even know if that's still popping. But that's, when I first came in, that's what was popping. So you would meet the Israelite women, and they all had a similar style. I learned from this one guy. It was always 2 to 3 years, and he introduced her to this lifestyle where he had other, wives, and her family was mad about it, and then it ended up collapsing. But these are the type of guys, man. And then, the time passes, and they hear about GMS in one of the other camps, and then they come along, and then you end up dealing with one of those men, and then that ends up. But it's this guy. It's the guys like this teaching, because you'll see her, she'll have the fringes on. All right, she'll be talking about Yah, and her eyes be wide open, and that's when you know, like, to run. When the Israelite woman, when they don't blink, they be talking, but they be looking, having that space there. You gotta run, man, because you getting ready to be, that's one of them succubus demons. She gonna be weird because this guy. Well, this is just a part of it, because when you go back earlier in their lives, they have other trauma. So there's guys like this, man. But anyway, we all have taken the mark of the beast. Even the Most High took the mark. Economics, bro. The money to go to a store and try to buy without it. All right. Got something to sell, I come get it, but bro, I don't have any money. Are you willing to give it to me? Who currency rule the world? Let any nation try to bring another currency into play over the United States. And, to lay down, with Babylon the Great, and to, commit fornication, one of the major ways is to take on to that dollar. Like these nations, when they say commit fornication with her, taking on to that dollar is one of the major ways you lie down with the whore. Now, if money was the mark of the beast, let's read the judgment of the mark of the beast. I just put these 2 scriptures and I'm going to leave it alone. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hands, or in his hand, this is what happens to you. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup, all right, into the cup of his indignation. Hold up. So if you take this, you through. This is the judgment if you take the mark. So to say we all have the mark, we through.